since the beginning of the show. It's no better time than right now, and I'm sure he's ready to get on. You know what? Without any further ado, let's bring on my special guest, Corey Graves. What's going on, Corey?
Book, I'm looking forward to clearing the air. I've been afraid to go to Starbucks all week long.
You know what, man? I've been hanging out behind dumpsters. I've been, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I even had a low ride. I was cruising in, just so you wouldn't know it was me at one point in time.
you gotta be a little less conspicuous, man. I saw that thing like a mile away.
Corey, my thing is this. Corey and I, guys, Corey Graves from WWE Monday Night Raw. I mean, he's on SmackDown. I mean, he's 205 Live. He's done it all. He's one of the hottest up-and-coming superstars in the WWE right now. Let me give him his props. That is Corey Graves. And the thing is, Corey and I, we worked on the kickoff show. We was down there in Stamford, Connecticut, man. We was ordering steaks, we was ordering lobster. We was ordering sea bass,
sea bass
on a weekly basis. You know what I mean?
Company paid for it all.
Brussels sprouts. I mean, we was eating about $100 a week a piece. You know what I mean? That's how close Corey and I got. But my thing is this: I just want to clear the air because it totally it went viral as far as me calling Corey Graves out due to me losing my position on Monday Night Raw. A lot of people don't know how hard I was smiling when they told me I was going to be moving back to my old position. But Corey.
Well, I'm one of those people because I saw you walk in the locker room grinning ear to ear, and I said, "What are you so happy about?" That's why when all this blew up, when I heard it, I was getting phone calls and text messages. You got to hear this. Booker said this, and as soon as I heard it, knowing you like I know you, I was just like, oh, that's just Book working. So I figured, just being in the old school mentality, I'm like, oh, let's have fun with this. God, did it take off.
What do you think about that, though, man? What do you think about USA Today? I mean, Forbes. I mean,
Sports Illustrated.
What do you think about these guys, these news publications picking up a story like that when there's so much real news going on out there today?
Well, first of all, personally, I was pretty entertained by how we were able to work the entire wrestling industry. Somehow nobody bothered to call or anything. It just took off. It went crazy.
Yeah. I mean, even guys like Taz and Vince Russo, they were all weighing in on it. I mean, they all bought into it.
I could, my Twitter, was on a nonstop refresh for about 2 days, and it was just nuts. And some of the fans were so mad. And I was getting some terrible Twitter and Instagram messages and all that, and I'm laughing about it because I'm like, God, but what do we do with this, right? So that's what even I told Cole the other day after we talked on Monday, and he goes, so this thing with you and Book, it's cool. I said, it's Book, it's just we're just goofing around. He goes, okay, well what's the end game? What are we trying to accomplish? I said, we're not trying to accomplish anything. We're just having fun. We're just messing with each other like we do every day, constantly. And somehow, the world picked up on it. But what it is, on the other hand, is it's scary because, to your point, in the grand scheme of things, you and I are relatively inconsequential to the good of the United States or the world as a whole, right? We're entertainers. We just go out there and try to make ourselves laugh and keep ourselves occupied. So God forbid this story involving two guys like us blows up to the point. Imagine how much of this stuff you get on a daily basis. About whether it's government or politics or just any sort of news. People didn't check any facts. I didn't get a single phone call from any of these wrestling journalists. Nothing. They just went, oh, these two hate each other and they're gonna fight.
It's amazing, man. What the crazy part to me was, from a journalistic perspective, I say to you, I'm not gonna do anything to you at the job. I'm not going to do anything at the airport, but if I catch him on the street, I'm going to be whooping his ass.
I believe you said if you catch him at Starbucks, you're going to tattoo him.
And the funny thing was, like I said, it took me the first text I remember getting was on Sunday. It was right before the Super Bowl. It was Big E. Big E was riding in the car, and he heard the audio, and he called me, or he texted me. He goes, man, what happened? What did I miss? I thought you and Book were tight. And I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. So he sent me a link. And as I'm listening to it, I just knowing you, I'm like, oh God, this is what we spend hours doing every week, forever and a day. Just trying to, make ourselves laugh.
I tell you, Sharmell has been, on me like crazy. Baby, you need to get to Hollywood, man. And for me to, no, I'm serious. For me to actually, they put the meme up of me looking at you mean on Twitter,
Oh.
And the thing is, when I look at it myself, I go, man, I look pretty mean right there. I look bad, you know. So it may not be too late for me to get to Hollywood, man.
That's it. Might not. It's never too late, man. You get that right hand start shaking, and then it's time to go.
But for the record, I just want to have Corey Graves on the show. Here, guys, Heated Conversation, Sports Radio 610. I just local radio show.
Yeah, afternoon. Even though we air it at night, it's an afternoon
I was
show.
proud of that one, man.
Podcast.
I was waiting all day, and Coach said something, and I was like, boom, there it is.
Yeah, because
did you see SmackDown?
Yeah. No, I didn't. What happened?
Okay,
don't tell me you did. Go ahead.
No, I didn't do anything on SmackDown. So by this point, Big E had asked me, and I told him, no, things with me and Book are cool. He goes, can I make fun of it? And New Day are doing their backstages, and they get to write, most of their own stuff. Well, there was one backstage where he said something about it. I wonder if Corey Graves has a better uppercut or a right cross. And then at one point he said something about 6%. That's the only chance I give Graves in a street fight. So by that point it was how ridiculous can it be?
Oh,
man, we just. Hey, if nothing else, we entertained ourselves for a week, right?
I tell you, man, it's been one of the most entertaining weeks I've had in a long time. And the thing is, guys, out there, all the listeners out there, Brad and I, we was doing the show last.
Yeah, tell them the story. Tell them how. And I don't even know if you know this, Corey. This is how this came
what
about.
happened. I mean, we came to the last 12 minutes of the show, and Brad and I, we look at each other. We go, "What are we going to talk about?" And I'm like, "Man, I don't know. What are we going to talk about? Oh, what about the Corey Graves thing? We could talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about that." So we literally did not have anything to talk about, and we just like on a whim. Let's talk about this. And the thing is, I said this before I really went off into it. I said, now, I know all of the dirt sheets are going to pick this up like mouse and everybody. And I'd be doggone if everybody don't pick it up, And we literally just did not have anything to talk about, made up a quick story, and it made worldwide headlines. But I tell you, for the record, Corey, I love you, brother. Keep doing,
I love you too, Book.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're awesome in the commentary booth, and I'm one of your biggest fans. All around the world, people can think what they want to think, but now it came from the horse's mouth. You and I, we gave it to the world, and I appreciate you for coming on Heated Conversation.
Much appreciated, man. We could always joke now about the time we had the hottest angle with WWE, and we didn't have the writing team on.
You know what? You know who the maddest one of all was? Cole.
No, you know what? Cole says, "What are you guys going to do? You can't pay it off with a match at WrestleMania." But Cole goes, "I'll wrestle."
Exactly. Exactly. He's still trying to get that WrestleMania match. Hey,
That's all it's about.
Hey, man, have a good evening, man. I appreciate you for coming on the show with me, bro.
All right, Book. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Corey.
Later.
Hey, man, Heated Conversation, Sports Radio 610. That's Corey Graves. You know what? I'm still going to be whooping his ass if I catch him on the street, though. Don't let me catch him at Starbucks.
You tattoo
I'm
him.
a tattoo. I'm going to rearrange that boo-fun hairdo. The thing is, all the stuff Donald Trump says. I'm not a huge Trump fan, Trump supporter or anything like that. But I tell you, this fake news thing, and people just taking the story and running with it, just like Corey said. No one called him and asked, do you and Booker have any real heat? Do you and Booker have, they wouldn't say that. They would say, do you and Booker have any animosity towards each other? and the thing is, no, we don't. You know what I mean? I'm very, very comfortable, in my own skin. I'm very comfortable with my place. I'm a utility guy, with WWE. I'm no commentator or anything like that. I'm an analyst. I can actually go out there and do that. But I wish the best. I wish nothing but the best for Corey Graves and his career and him taking care of his family.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to take a break here soon, but I just we got to talk about more of this because it was just incredible how something literally came out of absolutely nothing. And I find it funny, we're getting ready to release that Live in Hollywood album here soon, and Corey Graves is on that. Corey Graves came to the live show, and y'all sat and talked about how much fun you had with each other on the commentary table.
How much we hate Michael Cole.
How much you hate Michael Cole.
That's what it's all about, guys. Heated Conversation, Sports Radio 16.